Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a closer look at screenshots and the trailer for the Mafia Definitive Edition. These are things I've personally noticed, so if you notice anything I haven't, feel free to comment down below, and let's begin. So for the first screenshot, we can see Morello's Silver Fletcher and Salieri's Lasseter V16 Roadster. Also, we can see a new water supply vehicle and the Bolt Model B coupe. The plates are the exact same model as the ones in Mafia 2 and 3. The only thing changed is the expiry date, and of course New Bordeaux has been changed to Lost Heaven. So from what I've got, the screenshot seems to take place in the Little Italy district of Lost Heaven. You can tell this by the Italian mural on the left side of the image. And from the scene being displayed, we can only assume that this is on the mission Creme de la Creme. However, as I said in my previous video, this could just be a demo screenshot and not actually part of any mission. In this scene we see three characters that stick out. Tommy, a man in a white suit, what I can only assume is Morello due to what Paulie says in the mission Creme de la Creme.
Shouldn't be hard. Morello likes to wear his white suits. Not many people wear them these days.
And of course the third person, I think maybe Sam, but this is only due to the character's clothes and the hairstyle. You can also see two Lost Heaven police cars, one between Tommy and Sam, and one to the far left. Additionally, we see a new vehicle in the background, which from most info I've seen, has been wrongly described as the tram. This is in fact not the case, and it is actually a new drivable truck. They say this because we can see that it says Gemini Furniture on the side, and if we look closer, we can see the light and grille just above the man's arm. Finally, at the top of the screenshot, we can see a billboard for Trago, the petrol company in Mafia. This could suggest that fuel will return to this remake. Now, this is clearly on the mission Bon Appetit. As I said in the last video, the gangsters are for some reason inside the building this time. Mr. Salieri is wearing a different coloured suit than he does in the mission originally, and we can also see Pepe hiding behind the bar. The last thing to note in this scene is that Pepe's restaurant is a lot bigger, which of course is expected from a remake. Here we can see Tommy crossing a road with his Thompson, and we can see the classic Falconer yellow car. To the right we see another Bolt Model B coupe. If you look next to Tommy's arm on the left, we can see the same truck as we did in the last screenshot, however this is owned by a different company. On the right, just above the Model B, we see a police officer wearing the original Mafia 1 Lost Heaven Police Department uniform. Also, if you take a look at this woman here, she kinda resembles a Mafia 3 pedestrian. Whether they use the same face model and different clothes is a possibility. I guess we'll have to see when it releases. In the skyline we can see a sign that declares alcohol is still banned, which means this scene takes place during 1932. The buildings in the distance are an iconic sight to anyone who has played the original game. You usually see them when crossing the Giuliano Bridge, but it's nice to see the developers bringing back some iconic buildings. In this scene we can see Tommy holding the pump shotgun and wearing his overcoat. We also see characters such as Ralphie in the overalls and what is unmistakably Mr. Salieri, whose model is just superb. The two guys with him are most likely the goons that you see in missions on and off. One such mission is the train section of You Lucky Bastard. The two cars in this scene are returning from the original. One is the Bolt truck, and the other is what seems to be either the Schubert Extra 6 4-door or the Crusader Chromium, as these two vehicles look rather similar. This is clearly behind Salieri's bar where all your vehicles will be stored. There is a new wooden shed next to the main garage. This looks like another asset that seems to be pulled straight from Mafia 3. As I said in my last video, this screenshot resembles a mishmash of two missions, Great Deal and Just for Relaxation. This could be a new mission, or it could simply be another demo screenshot. Once again we see the Bolt truck in the background. It's too dark to see anyone as a known character, however the man with his back to the screenshot is probably Tommy, as this follows suit with the rest of the screenshots. The scene is set at the Lost Heaven docks, and strangely the buildings on the central island look a lot closer than they usually do in game. Could this mean that the docks have moved? I guess we will have to find out when the game releases. This screenshot is of course Vincenzo's workshop, and other from the weapons, which I will go through in a second, there seems to be a guitar case that contains a gun. Whether this will be part of the gameplay, or is just a cosmetic, is right now unknown. So going through the weapons left to right, first we have the Colt 1911, then the two revolvers on the table are the Colt Detective Special, and the Smith & Wesson Model 27. I'm unsure right now if the Smith & Wesson Model 10 will reappear, as it isn't on the table, however this just may not be available from Vincenzo's. An idea I had is that some weapons may only be obtainable from Yellow Pete's. So past that we have the Sauna shotgun, the Knuckle Dusters, and the Mosin Nagant rifle. This begs the question if the Springfield rifle will return, as it isn't on the table, but my theory is that you may be able to get it by killing a police sniper. So after the rifles we have the classic Thompson submachine gun and the pump shotgun. Then right of that we have the crowbar, the baseball bat, and the knife. This means we'll be getting melee weapons back in the franchise. This is the first time since Mafia 1 we've had them. of course not counting Lincoln's knife. Lastly, we have the throwables, this being the grenades and the Molotov cocktails. I'm interested in the way that these will work, whether they will follow the previous Mafia games and have them as a separate weapon, or have them thrown with a button press. I do prefer the Mafia 3 method of throwables, however if they are like the classic Mafia games, I am unlikely to use them unless on missions like Molotov Party, as they can be quite inconvenient. Going over the extended trailer, the Falconer is of course the car in the background, and Tommy is wearing his coat from a trip to the country. However, this outfit is seen often enough to suggest that we will be able to change outfits at any time, just like in Mafia 2 and 3. Tommy is of course standing in Little Italy, right across the street from Salieri's bar, and the only other thing of note is that of course once again the Colt 1911. And that's about everything I discovered looking heavily into the screenshots and the trailer of Mafia Definitive Edition. If you spot anything, please do comment below and I will read it. I usually do respond to comments, so if you have a question or something you think that should be added in a future video, please do post it below. Other than that, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.